What if the Ramayana wasn't just an epic, but a forgotten map of an ancient global civilization? In the vast treasury of Vedic literature, the Puranas stand out as the sacred texts that delve deep into cosmology, history, and the fabric of ancient civilization. But among them, one epic rises like a sun over the spiritual and historical landscape of humanity, the Ramayana. Often viewed as a tale of divine heroism, loyalty, and moral virtue, the Ramayana is far more than that. It is a historical chronicle, a meticulously preserved account of an advanced Hindu civilization whose influence stretched far beyond the Indian subcontinent, reaching across oceans, mountains, and continents. The descriptions within the Ramayana are not vague poetic metaphors. They are strikingly specific. From geographical locations to architectural feats, from technological wonders to astronomical insights, the text reads less like a myth and more like a report. And today, as modern science begins to catch up with ancient memory, we are discovering that these accounts were not fiction. They were records. Let us begin our journey with Sugriva, the Vanara king, and a commander of exceptional foresight. When Sita, the wife of Lord Rama, was abducted, Sugriva tasked his scouts with finding her. But he didn't simply say, "Go south." He gave them a detailed map guiding them through a variety of landscapes, forests, deserts, oceans, and mountains. These weren't imaginary realms, they correspond closely to actual topographical features known today. From the lush greenery of the Indian subcontinent to the icy expanses of the Arctic, the Ramayana paints a picture of global exploration. The Kishkinda Khanda, a chapter often overlooked, contains some of the most compelling evidence. Sugriva's instructions describe real places like Lanka, present-day Sri Lanka, as well as distant lands that align with the Andes, the Alps, and even the polar regions. His mention of Udaya Parvata and Asta Parvata, the mountains of sunrise and sunset, symbolize the easternmost and westernmost points of the known world. Udaya Parvata can be traced to the Himalayas, while Asta Parvata's placement across the ocean resonates with the distant lands of the Americas. Could ancient Hindus have had awareness of such distant regions? The evidence says yes. In fact, one of the most astonishing revelations is the Ramayana's mention of lands of perpetual darkness and snow. These are clear indicators of the Arctic. It suggests that this ancient civilization not only knew of these regions, but had visited and documented them. How could a society thousands of years ago have knowledge of the poles, something modern explorers only confirmed in recent centuries? Then there are the forests and towering mountains described in lands to the south and west. These features bear remarkable similarity to South America's Amazonian jungles and the mighty Andes range. Coincidence or forgotten memory? Perhaps most compelling is the story of Rama's bridge Setubandha. Constructed to reach Lanka, this engineering marvel is no longer myth. Modern satellite imagery has revealed a submerged chain of limestone shoals stretching between India and Sri Lanka. What was once called Adam's Bridge is now being recognized as physical proof of the epic's narrative. Engineered with precision using buoyant materials and meticulous planning, this structure demonstrates a level of civil engineering far ahead of what was thought possible in that era. Could it be that our ancestors possessed knowledge we've only recently begun to rediscover? The Pushpaka Vimana is another puzzle. Described as a flying chariot used by Rama to return to Ayodhya, it was no vague vision. The text details its mechanisms, its capacity to fly at great speeds, and its comfort more like a modern aircraft than a mythical beast. Was this an ancient aircraft? Some ancient astronaut theorists believe so. Even if one sets aside speculation, the Ramayana's account reveals an intricate understanding of aeronautical design. And the sophistication doesn't end there. The Ramayana outlines a world model based on concentric landmasses surrounded by oceans, with Jambudvipa, the Indian subcontinent, at the center. This layout mirrors many ancient maps and reflects a refined geographical worldview. Rather than symbolic, this was an attempt to depict the Earth as it was known, an early cartographic marvel. Moreover, when we compare the Ramayana's narrative of heroes with other ancient traditions, the parallels are striking. Greek, Norse, and Mesopotamian myths echo similar themes: flying machines, world bridges, divine wars, and epic voyages. The tale of Atlantis, for instance, describes a powerful civilization that vanished beneath the sea, uncannily reminiscent of the lost legacies hinted at in Hindu texts. Could these cultures have inherited fragments of a single mother civilization? A global heritage that once connected the world and shared wisdom? Even beyond engineering and exploration, the ancient Hindu civilization showcased in the Ramayana demonstrates mastery in other sciences. The epic refers to advanced astronomical observations, precise timekeeping, and even surgical techniques. Ancient metallurgy, described in other Vedic texts, reveals alloys resistant to rust technologies that baffle modern scientists. What we are left with is a tantalizing possibility that the Ramayana is not a myth, but a preserved historical record of a time when humanity soared higher than we believed possible. It begs a question: why do we dismiss such texts so quickly as mere mythology? Perhaps it is because we have been conditioned to believe that history is linear, that humanity has only progressed forward. But what if it is cyclical? What if civilizations have risen, flourished, and fallen only for their wisdom to be lost in time, surviving only in scripture, story, and stone? The Ramayana invites us to rethink everything, to look at history not just with skepticism, but with imagination grounded in evidence. From geographical precision to technological marvels, it reveals a past rich with complexity, genius, and global reach. In honoring this epic, we do more than tell stories. We reconnect with a forgotten chapter of human potential, a time when Earth was not divided by borders, but united by exploration, wisdom, and a sacred understanding of the cosmos. So the next time someone calls the Ramayana a myth, ask them this: how many myths come with satellite-confirmed bridges, maps of continents, descriptions of polar lands, and blueprints of flying machines? This is not just a tale of gods and demons. This is the history of a lost world. And perhaps it's time we remembered it. If you found this perspective eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below, and share this video with someone who still believes the ancients lived in caves. Because sometimes the truth is older and grander than we imagined.